Hey, third graders. Today's lesson is called Word Problems. It's Unit 6, Lessons 1, and a little bit of Lesson 2. Before we get started, we are going to look at yesterday's math journal. Okay? Hi, everybody. Yesterday's math journal said Tracy paid $2 for a book that costs $1.25. What is one combination of coins she got as change? So, third graders, how did you solve this? I started with $1.25 and I added 3/4 until I got to $2. So my answer is 75 cents. You can see by my diagram that every time I added 25 cents, I counted up by 25s. My answer is 75 cents. All right, I'm going to go into present here and yay, my picture's still there. All right. Let's open up our math books to page 392. We're going to talk about the equals and the not equal sign, okay? Um, Another way to say that is equalities and inequalities. An expression is a combination of numbers, variables, and or operation signs. Expressions do not have an equal sign. An equation is made up of two quantities or expressions. An equal sign is used to show that two sides are equal. So what does an equation always have? Equation always has an equal sign. What does it show? Equal sign shows that both sides of the equation are equal. Did you know, third graders, that equal signs were first used in the year 1557? It's like over 400 years ago. It was used as a shortcut by a mathematician for is equal to, and that's how it first got used. All right, so we have some equations here. 8 equals 5 plus 3, 4 plus 2 equals 6, 7 equals 7, 3 plus 2 equals 2 plus 3. If you use the not equal sign, that's an equal sign with a slash through it, it shows two quantities are not equal. 7 is not equal to 5 plus 3. 4 plus 2 is not equal to 8. 7 is not equal to 6. And 5 plus 2 is not equal to 1 plus 1 plus 3. So we got to practice using those signs a little bit. You are going to write 3 equations, and you are going to use the equal sign for number 10, and you are going to write 3 equations using the not equal sign. Make sure you vary your numbers on each side of the sign. And if you use operations, vary your operations too. Make them interesting. If you want to pause now and do this, please work on it. One of these are going to be part of your homework today. All right, I'm going to keep going. All right, we're going to practice with trying to make the number sentences true. So we have to come up with a number to make the number sentences true. Number 12 and number 14 using equal signs. Okay, so we want to come up with a number. 90 plus something equals 160. And 150 minus 70 equals something, or 70 plus something equals 150. For numbers 13 and 15, we have to come up with a number that doesn't equal the number on the other side, because we're using a not equal to sign, right? So for number 13 and 15, for number 13, can you put number 90? 30 plus 90 equals 100, doesn't equal 120? Can't do it because 90 plus 30 is 120. So 90 is the only number you can't put in there. Any other number would work. All right. So what do we get for number 12? 70. Awesome. How about number 14? 150 minus something equals 70. Did you get 80? Good job. All right, number 13, we said it can be any number that doesn't equal 90. How about number 15? 140 minus 70 is 70. So it can be any number except for 70. All right, for number 16 and 17, third graders, we're going to decide if the equal or the not equal sign is needed. All right, so on one side of the circle, 80 plus 20 plus 40. Add up your tens. On the other side, 90 plus 50. Are those equal? Use the equal sign. Yes, they are. How about number 17? 80 is on one side and 60 minus 20 is on the other side. Be careful. Don't think that says 60 plus 20. It's 60 minus 20. Well, we know that 60 take away 20 is not going to be equal to 80. So use the do not equal sign. All right. I have copied here some math language for you to know. For the story problems we're going to do, add to, take froms, and put togethers and take aparts, there's lots of wording that helps us to know what kind of problem it is. You can use this to help you. Pause this if you need to. Or I'm going to go back to it when you work on your pages. Okay? All right. So on page 393, there's 4 problems we're going to work on. It says to draw a math mountain and then write and label an equation with a variable. Okay? I'm okay if you don't draw a math mountain. All right? If you just have your equation, that works too. Now, what's a variable? A variable is a letter to replace a number that's missing. Okay? So you're going to put a letter in. Instead of like a box, you're going to put a letter in to stand for that number that is missing. All right? And then you have to solve each problem. Okay? Remember from yesterday, understand, plan, solve, and then check your work. Does it make sense? Did you answer correctly? Okay? If you want to draw a math mountain, go for it. Draw a math mountain. Read the questions. We're going to have put together, take aparts. And at the bottom of the page, we're going to have add to and take from. You are missing an addend. So if you're missing an addend, we have to use subtraction to help us out. Or it could be an addition problem with that missing addend. Okay, please work on problems 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can pause the video here, third graders, so that you can see these keywords to help you. All right, third graders, I'm going to go on and we're going to talk about the answers. So if you didn't pause it, now's your chance to pause it and do it. All right, check your answers. For number 1, I drew a math mountain, okay? And my math mountain looks like this, and I'm missing one of the addends, and my answer is 70 boys. Number 2, I did an equation, okay? And if I wanted to, I could put my variable in here. I could use, say, a letter P for people, okay? And my answer is 80 people. For number 3, third graders, I drew a math mountain. I'm missing an addend. 80 plus 90 equals 170. So 90 roses is my answer. And for number 4, I am missing the addend. 80 tennis balls. 80 plus 60 equals 140. You can check your work. Okay. If you look at the next page, page 394, these problems match the problems that we just did. So if you did an equation with a variable, such as this one for the first problem on the page, you might have used B for boys, and it looks like this. The next one, maybe you used an S variable for softball. Go ahead and fill in the numbers that you used in the boxes here of the missing addends. just showing you the connection between the equations and the math mountains. All right, third graders, today's assignment is for you to look back at the equations on page 392 that you wrote for number 10. You're going to share those equations with your teacher using the equal sign. Make sure you vary the numbers you have on each side and vary the operations you used if you used operations. Both sides of the equation are equal. Remember that. All right, be creative, be original, challenge yourself. If you wrote a couple and you're like, oh, those are kind of boring, then write some new ones because you're going to share them with your teacher. You can see this slide in the slideshow, third graders, so you can do your assignment, and I'll see you next time.